Welcome back from that short break. That was Daybreak Sport with Boluwaji Ogumola this morning. Don't forget you can be a part of the conversation and keep it going on our social media platforms. On YouTube, subscribe to that channel, and of course, drop your comments there. It is at Dominion Broadcast. On X, formerly Twitter, it is at Dominion Cast. And of course, on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, it is at Dominion Broadcast. You can also watch us live on our websites, www.dominion.org.ng, dominion.org.ng, and that takes us to Trend Watch this morning, where we bring you trending stories on social media. And of course, I see I have Yemi Adelapo in the studio.
Exactly. Well done, Samson. This is where we talk about some of the trending issues across, social media platforms. And this morning we have the story. It says, "I was ashamed and went into hiding." That's coming from Toke Makinwa's ex-husband, and then he speaks on their messy divorce. When I watched the video yesterday, and then he was talking about, the depression, what he had to go through over the years, I'm like, it takes courage for someone to come out and talk about these things publicly. What do you think?
It's quite disheartening that many times men don't get to speak up. They don't get to talk about the things they also face. I'm not saying, they are on the receiving end of abuse most times. I'm just saying that some men also get this kind of feeling, and then they don't get to talk about it because they want to be strong men. They don't want to be seen as weakling out there. And then you get to realize that they slowly slide into depression, and nobody even knows at the time they slide into depression. So it becomes a problem. Now, for a man to come out and say that openly means that he has been through a lot, and it's part of his healing process to actually talk about it. Don't forget, I think it was day before yesterday, Wole Arole posted something on his X and of course on Facebook, saying he only has a question: why is it that men don't speak up? They tend to bottle up
men
sometimes.
Now speak up.
These days, we're seeing more of them coming out to say, look, I faced this, I faced that. But then it should be a regular thing. If you are having, a crisis in your relationship, you feel like some other people can actually learn from it. It's not a bad idea to actually come out and say it. But then being a strong man, proving to be a strong man, bottling up, so many issues can actually lead to depression. And it's just a sad one that he had to go through all that before he eventually spoke about it.
Okay, let's also talk about the ex-wife, Toke Makinwa. I think she released a memoir in 2016, Unbecoming, and then she talked about the struggles, because I learned that they got married in 2014, and then they had to separate in 2015. It was a big one. And then she also talked about her struggles. There was a time she tweeted on X and said when she heard about what happened with her ex-husband, she almost was unable to breathe for like 20 minutes. And then the husband coming out to talk about his own struggles too. But one thing I like to say is when issues like this happen, I like that both parties find closure. Like let them find closure, let them move on with their lives, and then
there should be an end to
get on with their lives.
And then we'll take the comments on this show. Underscore Okikiola says it was the one that cheated, had a baby mama while married, and yet the depressed one when he left the relationship. We really need to take self-accountability seriously.
Just like I said, she talked about the fact that her ex-husband, got his ex, pregnant, and then when she heard about the story, it was so hard for her to actually, go on with her life at that point. I think she also went through, some of these things that the husband, talked about. But it is what it is. I
think it's important for men to also hold up sometimes, when you are, the one that actually made the mistake, just come out and say, look, I made a mistake and that's it. So going around, beating around the bush, trying to create a story where there is none, really it's unbecoming of a man. So I'm not a fan of that.
We have another comment that says, story for the gods. Now you cheat. Now you still get trauma. I think because Toke talked about this first, Toke's story is everywhere. People are familiar with the story. So he coming out to talk now, it will take a while for it to actually sink in the minds of people.
And then, before he cheated, something must have happened. And if nothing happened, then it's his fault. But if something happened that led to him eventually cheating, I'm not, glorifying the act, but I'm just saying that sometimes most women will not talk about what actually happened. They will just talk about the struggles. But if he can actually come out and say, look, this is what happened that
just
made
like
me do
Toke
this.
did.
Just like Toke did. I think people will now realize, at least when he talked, I don't think Toke Makinwa has come out to say, no, it wasn't like that.
Never say never. She can say something today.
Well, if she does today, fine. Then it will be a developing story, and then we'll turn back and talk about it later.
Yeah, we have another comment, that says, it's coming from D Crown Empire. come on, guys. He just said he took accountability for his actions. He blamed himself and was ashamed. After all, he's still human and can be depressed.
Let the man breathe.
Take it easy.
Let the man breathe.
I like that line. Let him breathe.
Let him breathe. You know, it has come and gone. Even the marriage you are all fighting for has ended. So
since 2015, actually.
I don't think anyone should crucify.
And I think Toke is doing well for herself. She has moved on. I mean, yes,
she has moved on. Yeah, obviously. And looks like it's only the man that is still left in the the trauma of the relationship. And it's a good thing that he's also trying to crawl out of
talking about it. I mean, will help. We wish both of them well in the end of
And of course, there's another story here. Diamond Platnumz is in the news, and there's
East African star.
I mean, I wish them luck, but I hope it treats her better now that she is a wife. Diamond Platnumz's ex-wife, Zari, speaks on his marriage to Zuchu. So apparently, Diamond Platnumz is married to someone else, and the ex-wife is saying, well, I hope he treats you well. Probably that's based on what she experienced while she was married to him. But then it's just an eye-opener for the new wife to look. There are a lot of things you need to look out for. If you did not see them as red flags while you guys were dating, I think you should open your eyes.
Now that both of you
are married.
I also feel like some persons are saying she's saying that out of a concern, while some other parties online are saying she's saying that because
she's not done with their
exactly, maybe she still likes him or something. But I mean, like, she's trying to advise them, but we cannot really tell.
You know, I mean, some people actually adopt the destructive approach when they are talking about their exes just because they were not over them yet. If they see someone else that likes their exes, all they have to do is to just destroy their image behind them.
I think she was smart about her response.
But
in between,
one way or the other, she was just in between.
She was
being smart about it. But then let's take the comments here. Watermelon Sugar says, a statement came from a place of love and maturity. This is the kind of mindset I aspire to have as a woman. Well,
just like I said, some
opinions can be different, actually. So
we talked about it.
Also, Folashade says, that's tough. I can definitely see she is coming from a place of love. It's painful. She can already foresee another woman's pain based on her own painful experience. I mean,
that is important.
That's important.
Because I recall that there was a time this relationship between Diamond and Zuchu, they were on and off for a while, that it was not certain whether they were going to stay together. But all of a sudden, they came back and they were all lovey-dovey. So we wish them well in their endeavors. But she just needs to be careful.
This also serves as an eye-opener to women to be, vigilant enough to see the red flags even before, setting foot in a marriage, because it is quite important for you to know what you are delving into, and then you don't get into a river and start complaining of
going by that statement. I hope it treats you better now that you are a wife. It speaks
because
volumes.
Judging by what you said, they were on and off, and then all of a sudden they came back, and then it was lovely. So it means that something must have happened then.
Exactly.
Probably Zuchu tried to look beyond what they encountered during the relationship, and then hoped for something better in the marriage. Well, the ball is in our court now. She should be able to figure it out.
Exactly. We wish both of them well in their marriage.
All right, so that takes us to the end of the show this morning. We say a very big thank you for everyone that has joined us for this special edition of Daybreak Live on Dominion Television. Today being the 12th of June, 2025. And of course, there is Max, Democracy Day in Nigeria. It's an important day that no Nigerian will forget in a hurry. And then thank you for being a part of the show. Until tomorrow, when you'll be meeting us on Daybreak Live Extra. Keep the conversation going on all of our social media platforms, on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. It is at Dominion Broadcast. Drop your comments there. We're definitely going to take them. And of course, on X, formerly Twitter, it is at Dominion Cast. And also, you can watch us live on our website, www.dominion.org.ng. Samson Balogun is my name. Until tomorrow, bye for now. Stay safe.
All right, thank you for being a part of the show. We do hope that you enjoyed all the conversation. Do well to join us tomorrow, same time. And then before I go, I'd love to say that in the words of Frank Sinatra, he said the best revenge is massive success. Do not forget to always put yourself out there. You don't know who is watching. Keep the conversation going. Thank you for being a part of the show once again. My name is Oluwayemi Adelakun. Bye for now.